The Trilateral Commission is some spooky stuff. People said it was some of the people that, the Illuminati, there's some mystery about it, people that ran the world. It was politicians, of businessmen and politicians from 3 major continents.
Do you think you're the devil himself?
No, but I do have a good mirror.
I really find it kind of crazy how people get distracted so easily, bro. All they needed was a Super Bowl and a Bad Bunny performance, and now the whole Jeffery Epstein situation just got swept under the rug, bro. But let's bring it back to light, because in today's video, I came across a leaked interview of Jeffrey Epstein right before his federal arrest in July 2019. Now, the topics in this video are absolutely insane. And the only reason why I came across this particular interview is because I came across a TikTok where this man was basically exposing how this interview right here reveals just how much of a sociopath and a narcissist Jeffrey Epstein actually is. And that's the reason why I'm so curious to see what the context of this interview was. Now, there's 2 main talking points that I want to get into. The interviewer asked him, how did you get on the board of Rockefeller? Now, for anybody who knows about the Illuminati or the elites or the families that run the world, there's really only like 3 or 4 families that run the world, and the Rockefeller family is one of them. That's who Jeffrey Epstein is connected with. So I'm curious to know the answer to this. How did he get on the board of Rockefeller? Not only that, there's a bunch of different topics of conversation that are had throughout this entire interview. But at the very end of the interview, they have a discussion about the devil himself. Now, I really don't know what to expect from this video. This is my first time actually opening it up and putting it on screen, and it's gonna be a shock to what we hear together, all right? But make sure you guys do leave a like on this video, because every single time this video gets liked or is shared, it puts it back into the algorithm. They don't want this topic of conversation to be front page anymore. That's the reason why they place distractions like the Super Bowl performance and other news articles, so that people forget about this. Notice how there haven't been any raids, any arrests, any public scrutiny for any of the politicians, celebrities, or any other public officials who have been exposed. There is legitimate evidence now. There's no more speculation. There's no more conspiracy theories. There are people's names in the emails and documentation for being on that island and doing the cruel things that everyone was speculating in the past. So every single time we allow something like this to get swept under the rug, it's almost like it's our fault. Leave a like on this video. Get this to more people so that more people start realizing that they need to be held responsible for the shit that they do too, bruh. But let's get into today's video, man.
How did a schmuck like you get on the board of Rockefeller? What year was that?
I don't remember. Late, I think 89 and 91.
So that's one of the most prestigious research places in the world, correct?
Yes.
Okay, how did a guy like you get on the board of a blue blood, internationally known, hard research, Nobel Prize winners all over the place?
Great question, bro.
A guy like you, a trader from, or basically some guy from Bear Stearns?
Good question. So I was asked to be on the board of Rockefeller. And I think it was, I was on the board of Rockefeller. There was a money manager who said, Rockefeller needs someone with financial expertise because the university is growing and there's lots of new things. You have to, again, we go back to the original discussion the last time. Up until the mid-'80s or sort of early mid-'70s, the most important thing was your name.
All right, guys, so this month I'm going to be helping 10 people start their online business completely from scratch and scale it to their first $5,000. Now, if you're someone who's been seeing so many people benefit from this online economy, then this is your chance to learn exactly how I've been able to make millions and how so many other people are able to benefit thousands of dollars every single month, including my students, with this online strategy. Now, this is for serious people only. The application will be linked down below. So if you're serious about peeking behind the curtains and learning how people are making money in their sleep, how they're able to get back their time, how they're able to spend time with their family, their friends, their kids, go on vacations and do the things that they actually enjoy doing because they have an online business working for them, then this is your opportunity. Fill out the application down below. It's not going to take anything more than 2 minutes to fill it out. We'll hop on a call one-on-one and we'll speak about the exact strategy that my students are using to make money in 2026.
If you were Rockefeller, you already were considered to be brilliant. If you were head of General Motors, it was your reputation, it was who you knew, who your family was, what was your character. And then in the mid-'70s, basically, if you remember, you probably had a calculator. It was very advanced in those days to have a Texas Instrument calculator, where it could, by putting in the numbers, it would multiply for you to do square roots. And that was the first, and everyone who had a calculator was already advanced on Wall Street. A simple almost like your accountant. The most important parts of business were really now going to calculations. So it's not only mathematics, but it's things that could be calculated. Reputation couldn't be calculated. I could give you, are you a 10 on a reputation scale, an 8? What does it mean to have a measurement of your reputation? We'll get to that later. But places like Rockefeller needed someone to say, look, we're entering a different world where numbers and the numbers of companies, portfolio management was going to be balanced. It was going to be statistical. Jeffrey, could you come on the board? Potentially sit on the finance committee, Nancy Kissinger and a bunch of other people. And David Rockefeller and I got along very well. He was an unbelievable human being. Respectful to everyone. He introduced his driver as his colleague, not his driver. He would never say, this is my driver. He said, it's my colleague. And David started to explain to me world politics. So David would say, Jeffrey, money is going to be sort of the most important things. People don't understand money. You seem to have this knack for money. I said to David, tell me about your life. What was the worst and the best part of your life? So David said, when I grew up, everyone knew I was a Rockefeller. They didn't know that my father told me he would not leave me a dime. No money. But every time we went out to eat, me and my 5 friends in school, they would leave me the bill. They would expect me to pick up the check because I was a Rockefeller. And he said, I was chairman of Chase Bank. And he said, I remember like it was yesterday, one of the headlines in Time magazine said, David, please fire yourself. So he thought that there was a world that existed that would be a combination of both politics and business and leadership. What do I mean? He formed something called the Trilateral Commission. The Trilateral Commission is some spooky stuff. People said it was something, the Illuminati, there's some mystery about it, people that ran the world. It was politicians, but David said,
Did this man? I didn't say it. He did. He created a community that ran the world. Let's run it back. I didn't say it. He did.
The Trilateral Commission is some spooky stuff. People said it was something, the Illuminati, there's some mystery about it, people that ran the world. It was politicians, but David said, most countries, the politicians get elected for 4 years or 8 years, separate from the royal families in England or in the Middle East. Someone's there for 4 years and then they're not there anymore. The most important people to have stability and consistency would be businessmen. So he formed this Trilateral Commission of businessmen and politicians from 3 major continents. So it was the North Americans, the Europeans, and the Asians. So he said to me, would you like to be on the Trilateral Commission? Now, I was 32 years old. I said, great. And he said, well, you have to fill out this application so they have your bio. And I looked at the list of people, and it was Bill Clinton, former president of the United States, Paul Volcker, every great leader in America, the Asians, the Japanese, and with a very long description of their history. And they asked me to fill in what I would like to have written. And I wrote Jeffrey Epstein, comma, just a good kid, which I thought was funny. Nobody else did.
Man just casually just told us that he is a part of the whole new world order and then made a joke at the end of it, bro. What is this? Yeah, let's just grab the most powerful, most influential people of every continent, or the 3 main continents. Let's grab the most powerful, influential people and bring them to one committee. Let's run the world. Yeah, hey Jeffrey, you wanna come run the world with us? Yeah, sure, why not? I would love to run the world with you guys. Hey Bill, how are you? Let's run the world together. David, how are you? Mr. Wang, how's everything going? Let's go run the world this weekend. Obviously, I'm joking. I'm being a little, let's continue.
So to answer to your question, at that time I recognized around the world that monies and currencies were not really well understood. But again, it was only numbers. So numbers, and I'll get to the fact that it was bad thinking. Numbers are very good.
Are most people that you meet, even on Trilateral Commission, when you meet most people, do you find most leaders financially illiterate, economically illiterate?
Most political leaders don't come out of a background of finance. Most political leaders come out of a background of being popular. So in some of the countries, in some of the African countries, for example, they might have been a military person. They were a general. In some of the African countries, they might have been a disc jockey. Or in our country, they would have been an actor. The knowledge of money they don't have expertise, they have no degrees in finance. They really, and this is one of the major problems, their expertise, if they have any financial knowledge, is of their own checking account or bank account and filling in their own taxes. So many world leaders who don't really have a financial underpinning make fundamental errors when it comes to money on a country or institutional level. Let me give you an example. If you, Mr. Bannon, if I said your assets increased last year, you'd say, that sounds pretty good. And I said, what does that mean to you? You'd say, well, I have more money. I guess I'm wealthier. I'd say yes. And if your debt increased, would you feel wealthier or poorer? You'd say, well, I don't want to have increased debt. I don't like the idea of that sound, increased debt. Now, that and world leaders understand when their assets go up, they feel better. However, institutions like banks, things that people don't really understand are financial underpinnings of banks. When I say your bank, Mr. Bannon, you have the Bannon Bank, you doubled your assets. Sounds good, but what does it really mean? It means people owe you more money. You don't have any more money. What? Yeah. A bank's assets
Now
are
listen to
how
this,
much
yeah.
it is owed by.
This is actually really good financial information. Actually take notes. Actually listen. Aside from everything else, this is financial literacy. Listen to this.
Other people. That's crazy. So if the bank goes from $2 billion of assets to $10 billion, it means people owe it an additional $8 billion, but their assets have gone up. So the terminology of assets and liabilities is different for banks. It's not natural. And what most people, and you ask questions about world leaders, there's many people, I think your old boss Mercer understood, there's a fundamental part of money which is called fractionalized banking. And fractionalized banking is something that finance people understand, and the people on the street, and when I say people on the street, that's where I was when I started on Wall Street, would find it impossible to believe. Impossible. Why? Bannon.
All right, I'm gonna pause this here. Low key, I'm going to walk back to this video and study some money and currencies and then fractionalized banking. That's just me. You guys could do what you want to do. The video is right here. Jeffrey Epstein with Steve Bannon, full leaked interview, okay? But the part that I really want to make you, really want to hop into with you guys is going to be down here where it speaks about, because all of this is finance related, all of this is money related. He speaks a little bit about like the black community, things like that. But he starts speaking about human life, when life starts. What do you mean by soul? Like, these are things, these are topics of conversation that show you how he feels in regard to human life, how he feels in regard to you, in regard to me, in regard to Stephanie down the street. This is his perception on how he feels about this topic of conversation. Now, I want to focus specifically on this, the devil himself. The reason why I want to focus on this is because it's very short. It's only about 1.5 minutes long. But at the same time, it also gives us a perspective on his belief system, which to me, a man has only a few things: his word, his morals, and the things that he believes in. All right. So this is going to be speaking volumes to who he is as a person.
I don't care. I want the money for my children.
I would say everyone said, I want the money for my children.
Did they know where the money came from?
I think if you told them,
if
I told them the devil,
100%.
the devil
himself
said, I'm going to exchange some dollars for your child's life.
Do you think you're the devil himself?
No, but I do have a good mirror.
It's a serious question. Do you think you're the devil himself?
I don't know. Why would you say that?
It's a serious question.
No, but your child's life.
Do you think you're the devil himself?
Said you told them. Everyone said I want.
I'm backing it up. Because I don't know where that came from.
Tier 1's from a, what are you, class 3 sexual predator?
Tier 1.
What's tier 1's the highest and worst?
No,
I'm the lowest.
I'm the lowest.
You're the lowest. Okay, tier 1, you're the lowest. But a criminal.
Yes.
That the money came from them. What percentage of people do you estimate? I understand you don't like probabilities. Do you estimate would say, I don't care, I want the money for my children?
I would say everyone said, I want the money for my children.
Did they know where the money came from?
I think if you told them, I told them the devil,
100%.
the devil himself said, I'm going to exchange some dollars for your child's life.
Do you think you're the devil himself?
No, but I do have a good mirror.
It's a serious question. Do you think you're the devil himself?
I don't know. Why would you say that?
Because you have all the attributes. You're incredibly smart. You remember, the devil is somebody knows.
Smart?
The devil's brilliant. You read Milton's Paradise Lost.
No, the devil scares me.
Satan is the
devil scares me. Bro, isn't it crazy? Aren't you supposed to fear God? Right? That's like what the whole belief system is based on. Fear of the Lord. The devil doesn't scare me. I mean, you let me know, does the devil scare you? The devil doesn't scare me. Only thing I'm scared of is God. Only thing I fear is the Lord. I think everybody understands that there's a concept between you and fear of God. The fact that he said that can only lead me to believe that the person that he is fearful of is the devil. Why? Because that is the person who has control over him. Understand, what you fear controls you. 90% of the time. 80 to 90% of the time. What you fear controls you. The fact that he said that the devil scares him makes me believe that the devil controls him.
The number 1 or 2 archangel. And the reason he goes to hell and leads the rebellion is because he can't be the top guy. And his thing is, I'd rather reign in hell than serve in heaven.
I saw that in a movie once called American Dharma. I don't remember who said it. Okay? We have to go.
Okay, good.
Okay.
We have to go. Look, yeah. Very, very interesting topics of conversation throughout this entire interview. I'm not going to lie. It was very, very interesting. All right. If you guys want the access to the full video, then obviously this is the full video right here. If you guys want me to react to more of this video with you guys, then let me know in the comments down below. And if you did make it up to this part in the video, I want you to let me know in the comments down below right now. The key word is going to be addicted. If you made it up to this part in the video, let me know in the comments down below right now. Keyword addicted. And I'm going to catch you guys in the next one. Peace.